In today's video I'm going to take you on not one but two photography walks, and there's a quick update on what's going on here in Spain. I hope you'll enjoy it. If you do and you're new here, don't forget about hitting that subscribe button before you go. Hi everyone, thank you for joining me again. So as I said in the intro, I've got two photography walks for you today. 2 different days, 2 very different sets of conditions and 2 very different sets of results. More on that in a minute. First, a quick update on the situation here in Spain and how it relates to my photography. Today is Saturday the 16th of May. We are just about to go into week 10 of lockdown, although for the last 2 weeks we have been able to go out for walks once a day at certain times of the day, and that's how I've been able to do the photography walks. Now on Friday we had a bit of good news because the health region that we're in has now been approved to move to phase 1 of de-escalation from Monday the 18th of May, so in 2 days time, and that's after a week ago this region, or this health region, was held back from progressing to phase 1. Now that's obviously a move in the right direction, very positive, light at the end of the tunnel. Does it make any difference to my landscape photography? Well, I don't think it does. I've been struggling to get a clear message on whether this means I can go out for the purposes of photography. And at the moment I'm waiting for some feedback from my last recourse to get any information, which is the local police. I'm actually fully expecting them to say no, and if that's the case it's going to be at least another 2 weeks, maybe longer, before I'm back to normal with landscape photography, in which case I'll be carrying on with these photo walks, although I'll be trying to vary the locations a little bit, different types of scenery, and I'll be carrying on with some of my indoor kind of creative photography videos, and I'll maybe throw in a few other kind of videos in there as well. Okay, that's the update. Now let's talk about these photography walks. 2 different walks, both in the same area. The first one was Wednesday, and I actually took this opportunity to try wearing my GoPro on my chest, on a chest mount, as a kind of a body cam, to try and give you some kind of behind the scenes views of the photography. Now unfortunately I don't think I got the angle quite right. It was pointed too low down, so you can't really see what's going on with the camera, but I hope the video and the walk will be enjoyable anyway. Let's get going on that one. So out for another morning walk, a bit different to the last morning I took you out on. That was really cloudy and moody, and today, well, there's hardly anything in the way of clouds. Not sure if the audio is going to work too well because I've got my GoPro basically strapped onto my chest. That should let me then show you what I'm doing with the camera as well. Canon M50 and the 11-22 lens. The nice waves that I had last time are definitely not present today. And again, this is an exercise walk, so there's going to be no hanging around in one place for an extended period of time. Obviously not a lot of interest in the sky either. Isla de Bañez, or the island of Los Baños de la Reina. I do quite a lot of photo shoots right out on the end, beyond where you can see there, where the actual baths are. It's a good example of how the conditions really shape how easy it is to get an image. The last walk I did, we had that really kind of dark, moody skies, great clouds, some nice sea movement, and there were images everywhere. Today, it's just quite boring actually in terms of the conditions, and that's when you'd normally be looking at getting creative, long lens, filters, long exposures, all sorts of other things. But they're not an option for me today, unfortunately. So I'm not sure if I'm going to get anything worthwhile today. Sun's up. It's coming up around the edge of the Sierra Alada Mountains out there. I'd like to have my long lens now and get a shot of that person standing there watching the sunrise, but I can't. So instead, I'm going to do a wider shot with the palm trees in, the person and the sunrise. Right up at the other end of the Paseo now. Okay, turning around and heading back now. It's both ends of the Paseo done and the far side of the port. Just decided to come off of the Paseo and walk around on the street for my last little bit of the walk back home. Partly because there's actually quite a lot of people out on the Paseo now. So it's getting more difficult to maintain that 2 meters distance, but also because I wanted to have a look and see if there's an image to be had around on the other part of the monument. So you've probably seen the monument out on the beach. I certainly photographed it on my last morning walk, but it's actually only half of the monument. It represents the lighthouse, and the other half, which is on the street, represents a boat, and they symbolise the connection of the town with the sea. Historically, it's a fishing town. I don't think there's going to be the light coming through that I was hoping for. During the daytime they have a fountain running here. Not sure if it's running at this time during the crisis or not, but let's try from this side. Okay, let's try this angle. Sorry about the noise of the truck, but so I have to say I was struggling to get inspired on that walk with the clear skies and the kind of sea. But I got a couple of images that are kind of okay. The second walk was this morning. I went out at 6 o'clock this morning, and I chose to do that because they were forecasting storms here for kind of later in the morning and this afternoon. Now that hasn't actually materialised. In fact, it seems to be brightening up a little bit. But obviously the promise of potential stormy conditions might mean some interesting clouds and atmosphere and that kind of thing, and that's what I was hoping for. Again, I chest mounted the GoPro. This time I angled it further up, and I'm going to be honest, it still didn't really work. But again, hopefully it doesn't detract too much from the enjoyment of the walk. So let's get going on that one. Okay, another walk on the front, another early morning. A bit more interesting than the last morning in terms of the clouds and that. It looks quite nice actually. I think I'm going to go the other way around this time, walk up to the southernmost end of the Paseo first, and then turn around and go back up towards the port. Once again, I've got my GoPro strapped on like a body cam, and I'm hoping that this time I've got the position a bit better so you can actually see what I'm doing with the camera, unlike the last time. It's hard to tell, trying to sort of play back and see what I've got on the camera is not very easy. A quick stop, get a shot of some palm trees with the quite nice conditions there. Hopefully it should be okay at about ISO 400. 1/13 of a second, f7.1, focused on the palm trees. Out washing the streets down again. That's normal here in the mornings, early in the mornings. Okay, right up at the far end of the sandy beach now, and I think I'm going to turn around and head back down, go down to the port again, maybe to the far side of the port. Very, very cloudy out over the mountains. It is supposed to be raining later today. Yeah, definitely a lot of cloud up north, and that's where it could be interesting. Local feral cats. Quite often get a little group of them up here. Back up overlooking Valletta del Bagneto. Beautiful sun rays breaking out of the clouds over there. So I'm going to try and get a shot from a little bit further over. Okay, quickly pop the 55 to 300 on. I've no idea what focal length I'm actually shooting at, but okay, keeping it simple. Got just a little tiny bit at the top of bagnettes with a couple of little bushes growing up, and then that lovely background. It's quite nice actually. A few people out actually grabbing photos of this. The sun's actually really bursting up through there now. Yeah, that sun's really broken through now. It's going to get too bright, going to get lens flare. Time to move on. I wonder if there's a shot there. Somebody standing taking a picture of that scene. .55 now. Okay, we have had a very nice sunrise this morning. I really do wish I could have been shooting it in my normal style, you know, tripod, filters, whatever else I might have needed, but hopefully I got a couple of images that are worthwhile. I'm hoping that this time I got the GoPro mounted a bit better so you can actually see what I'm doing, and hope that the sounds worked okay, and well, hopefully the images have come out okay. A few more people about at the minute, so I think it's time to head for home. I've been out for an hour and a quarter, hour and 20 minutes, done a bit of walking, shot some video, done some photos. Nice morning. Okay, I got some images there that I really like, in particular this one. Now, I will admit that during the end part of that video I did actually take 2 more images, but I had no usable video at all for those other 2 images, and I've actually already shared them on social media a few days ago, and if you follow me on other social media platforms you may have seen them. There was this one And this one, and of course this one is a view that I've shot loads of times, but as I often say, the great thing about outdoor photography is that you can shoot the same scene again and again, but as the conditions change you get very, very different images. So that's it. I hope you've enjoyed the video. I'll update you again on the situation here as soon as I put out a video after I've got information. I've got potentially got something planned for the next one. Hopefully, we shall see. If you've enjoyed this video, please consider giving it a like, sharing it on social media. Leave me a comment and let me know what you think. And if you're not a subscriber, don't forget about hitting that subscribe button. And if you are a subscriber, thank you very much. As always, I really appreciate you taking the time to watch. So, thank you very much. And until the next video, stay safe, stay healthy. Bye.